welcome back to the channel. Share, subscribe, like this video. Make sure you put your prayer request in the bottom. I had the truck sitting in the garage for about 3 hours today. They finally got it fixed. Finally got home. Then I've been looking for my glasses for about an hour and I cannot find them. I don't know what I did with them. So it looks like I've lost my reading glasses. So it's been a fun-filled day. Just every time it's close to my birthday, people, never fails. Everything could go wrong, it goes wrong. All right, so let's get into this. We got a lot of stuff coming out about SNAP again today. A lot of crazy stuff. All right, Russian Dmitry Medvedev says that the new Poseidon nuclear torpedo capable of triggering radioactive tsunamis can be considered a new true doomsday weapon. So they're testing this thing again, and this has been the big headlines here in the last 12 hours. That they've tested this. Also, they've tested the torpedo, not the torpedo, but the it's kind of like their Tomahawk. They have been testing it that we could go for 14, 15 hours straight. So they've got all this stuff. They're testing all these weapons. Let's see. ICE and CBP agents are scanning people's faces on the streets to verify their citizenship. This is like a prelude to what we're talking about with the digital ID. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and Border Patrol are now using facial recognition on smartphones to verify citizenship during the street stops. In one Chicago clip, a Border Patrol agent in casual attire, baseball cap, sunglasses, neck gaiter, approached a boy on a bike. "You don't got an ID?" the agent asks. The boy filming the encounter replies, "I was born here." When he admits lacking ID, the agents called another officer, "Can you do a facial?" The second agent positioned the boy facing the sun, scans his face with a phone camera for a second. Then checks the screen and requests names verification. Experts call on this as pure dystopian creep. The tactics used apps like Mobile 40 for rapid identification checks without warrants. So it's getting to where they're chasing you no matter where you're at this point. Hurricane Melissa levels most of Jamaica. Devastating footage has emerged showing a major Jamaican tourist airport in ruins after Melissa. The worst storm ever to strike the island was dubbed the storm of the century. The Category 5 monster made landfall in Jamaica with 185-mile winds, triggering catastrophic flooding, widespread storm surges, and at least 7 deaths. Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness declared that the island is a disaster area in response to the destruction. Now, videos captured the collapsed roof of the international airport on Montego Bay, a key hub for tourists, leaving rows of seats exposed and water surging underneath. Now, across southern Jamaica, neighborhoods were inundated with floodwaters, ripping roofs from homes, toppling boulders onto roads, and sparking landslides that blocked highways. Desmond McKenzie, deputy chairman of Jamaica's Disaster Management Council, described the chaos. Many neighborhoods are underwater. Authorities urge residents to stay indoors amid ongoing risk of flooding and landslides. Even as the eye of the storm shifted eastward, Melissa then barreled into eastern Cuba early Wednesday as a downgraded Category 3 hurricane with 120-mile-an-hour winds moving northwest of 9 miles an hour. Over 735,000 Cubans were evacuated, fleeing coastal areas, bracing for the storm surge up to 12 feet high and rainfall totals reaching 20 inches. The U.S. National Weather Service warned Melissa is expected to remain a powerful hurricane when it moves across Cuba and the Bahamas and near Bermuda. In Jamaica, the toll included damaging gas stations, uprooted trees, homes reduced to rubble. Rescue teams worked ahead of the clock to reach stranded families, while international aid pledges poured in from the U.S. and UK. As Melissa churns towards the Bahamas, forecasters predict it will retain major hurricane strength, threatening more evacuations and infrastructure strain in its path. The storm's rapid intensification has left experts reeling, with climate scientists pointing to warmer Atlantic waters as the key factor. What it is, we're getting close to a tribulation. The oceans are heating up. Jamaica's tourism sector, vital to the economy, faces months of recovery after the airport shut down, stranded thousands of visitors. Homs vowed swift rebuilding will rise from the disaster stronger than ever. All right, let me get into this one. So there's a lot of disturbing videos coming out from everywhere. From X, from also from TikTok and many others. So this woman said, we will eat white people if SNAP EBT is cut off. This is just some of the stuff we're hearing. Today is October 29th, 2 days later in the month. On November the 1st, SNAP EBT will be unfunded and no one will get the money. The woman in the short video says that her rationality or nationality will hunt down and eat white people. We're not going to get into the whole thing here, but this is part of this. They try to get whites and blacks, Hispanics, whites and blacks, no matter what they're doing. This is why they're doing this. So this is what they're causing division, to get everybody to go to the streets, burn everything down. This is what they want. Then they can come in with control and everybody just eats it right up. They go right for it every time. EBT Americans are now threatening to hunt down and eat white people if the government handouts don't get put out. The other woman makes it clear that if they should not be allowed to steal, and if people don't mind their own business, the SNAP EBT thieves will kill them. So there's that on top of this, on top of that. Readers are strongly advised to be prepared when all this finally goes down, and I agree. Especially if you live in the cities. From everything I'm seeing coming out from TikTok from these people, they're going to burn the place to the ground and possibly attack people when they go to the stores. So if you're elderly, I would try to say, if you're in the cities, to be very careful about just bringing groceries back to your house. It don't matter really who you are. At this point, it's almost out of control. That's why I was hoping when the Rapture was here, we can get out of here before this thing literally catches on fire and there's no way to put it out. We're seeing exactly what we saw in 2020. We're seeing what we saw in 2022. It's all coming back, literally, right before our very eyes. All right. Trump receives replica of the Golden Crown evacuated from the ancient royal tomb. This is in Japan. That's where he's at right now. So that happened today. We're not going to get into all that. Microsoft Azure global outage reports AWS going down again today. Also, Amazon's down too, by the way, again. As of 1:43 p.m. on October 29th, there's a massive internet outage. Azure and Microsoft reports are now coming in claiming not verified that Amazon Web Service, AWS, is either seriously affected or going down again too. Just like the AWS outage from last week, this is affecting several large businesses and infrastructure. Microsoft says starting at approximately 1600 UTC time, we begin experiencing Azure front door AFD issues resulting in a loss of availability of some services. Remember, we was having problems with the internet before all this stuff, and now we're seeing why we was having the issues. We suspect that the configuration change is the trigger event for the issue. We are taking several concurrent actions. They've been hit. They've been hacked. Firstly, we are blocking all changes to the AFD services. That includes customer configuration changes as well. At the same time, we're rolling back our configurations to our last known good roll state. As we roll back, we want to ensure that the problematic configuration doesn't reignite upon recovery. Customers may have experienced problems accessing the Microsoft Management Portal. We have failed the portal away from. Man, this is written horribly. From FDD to migrate the portal access issues, customers should be able to access the Microsoft Management Portal directly. So we have another outage once again. Various SNAP recipients threaten to loot if the food stamps are cut on November the 1st. We've been talking about this. As the U.S. government shutdown drags into the second month, fury is boiling over the Supplement Nutrition Assistance Program with benefits Poised to halt on November the 1st, TikTok has erupted with viral videos. We just talked about some of them. They're pretty bad. Of users boldly threatening to raid grocery stores rather than go hungry, which they're not going to go hungry. A lot of these people look like they're not even close to being hungry, that are actually doing the videos. An estimated 42 million Americans, 1.8 nationwide, rely on this, payments averaging $350 per household for groceries. The crisis stems from a congressional gridlock. Democrats blocked the GOP funding bill in the Senate by a 54 to 45 vote. The 13th such rejection, the USDA, citing depleted funds, announced it will not dip into the $6 billion in contingencies to cover November's payouts. A first in SNAP's 60-year history. Text alerts warned beneficiaries last week benefits are cut off. So they've been told it's cut off. Unlike 2018, 2019 shutdowns, when payments were issued early, this time families face a true lapse. 26 states, including New York and USDA, demanding its use its reserves. New York Attorney General has blasted the decision. SNAP is one of our nation's most effective tools to fight hunger in the USDA, but from what we're understanding, they was already planning to cut it before this happened. There is no excuse for the administration to abandon families and who rely on SNAP. Here's the funny thing is, the ones that was doing this was all Democrat and Republican. There's both parties that was trying to cut it in half. Now they're just trying to make it look like they're all the good guys. It's not. They're all behind it. TikTokers, many from low-income communities, aren't waiting for courts. Videos racking up in the millions for views, mixed dispersion with defiance, pinning blame on Trump and vowing, like I said, it's not Trump, it's all of them. And like I said, these people don't even know what they're talking about, most of them. It's both parties that's doing it. It's not Trump. Trump's one guy. It's both parties doing it. But like I said, it's like talking to that wall. One user seizing over the text alert warned that I'm going to y'all straight up like this. I just got this text that the link has definitely cut the blank off for November. Y'all better stay out of my way in these stores because I'm walking out with carts and I'm not paying for it. In the last days, man's hearts will grow cold. That's what you're seeing here. These people around, this country's ate up with it. And we all know it. We all see it. People don't have the heart to help anybody anymore. They just want to loot, steal, burn everything down. That's what they do. And this is a generation of just godless people that do not believe in God. And half the country already don't believe in God. And now you're seeing it. That's why you see what's happening out there. It's what's causing it. Another plotted at Walmart heist. You know what? Since they want to take our food stamps away, we're going to blank Walmart, grab anything we want. Escalation threats abound. A creator rallied Ken for backup. I'm going to be stealing like there ain't no tomorrow. So you just talking like that. Just you know, there's no words. Direct jabs at the White House intensified. Trump done something. Just let us make it clear, okay? He's talking about people not getting their stamps in November and probably not in December. He better get ready. See, the reason they did this was because it was the holidays. They know they're going to come out. They know they're going to burn everything down and loot. This gives them a reason to come in and put everybody under control. And everybody's going right for the hook, line, sinker. So you've got people brainwashed on both tickets. And they get these people riled up. They get them out. They get them in the street. They get them fighting with each other. They do this narrative every time. And everybody goes for it every single time. They can't. That's why I said you got to get away from both these parties. This stuff is deliberately done by both parties to get people to do this. And people still keep by taking the bait. It just blows my mind that people do not see it. But they just keep going for it every time. I will say this. Come November the 1st, it doesn't go out. We already know what's going to happen. I'm hoping Jesus has us out of here before then because I can already tell it's going to be chaos in the streets. Once again, if you're in the cities, even if you're in the country, just be sure to be careful what you're doing. Do not go by yourself. Do not go with your children by yourself, just you and your children, because you're not going to have a chance to help yourselves. If something bad goes wrong, and if somebody does try to take your stuff, just let them take it. It's not worth losing your life over at this point. But I think that that's where we're going. So I'm telling you, just have your head on a swivel. Remember, Jesus knows everything that's happening. He knows what they're plotting to do. He's got this, okay? My job here is to comfort you with these words. Listen, we all know the world's going to crap. We can see it. We all know that the rapture's here. We can see it. I'm just here to remind you, he's coming. He knows what they're doing. And we're getting close, people, with everything we're seeing from Russia, with these weapons, to Hamas, Israel, the list goes on and on. We know where we are right now. I'm just telling you, stay in your scriptures, keep your eyes open, your head on a swivel. Trust the gospel. 1 Corinthians 15, 1-4. Jesus died on the cross for our sins, past, present, and future. He died, was buried, rose again on the third day, according to the scriptures. Trust in Jesus and Jesus alone. Confirm everything through him, and do not take your eyes off of him, people. The world is falling apart. It's getting worse by the day. And I do believe come November 1st, and we're not out of here, we're going to see it really start to escalate even worse. I love each and every one of you. If I don't see or hear from you again, I'll see you at home.